Meeting of the minds. 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 Hosted by Reggie. Moving forward.
Indeed. Y'all see where we at. You know the vibes. Right here, live with the Meeting of the Minds official with RMF, Arthur T. Mack, my man Moolah Monster, man. Y'all been waiting for this for a long time, and guess what? We finally here. It is time to get into a lot of the dialogue that the streets is talking about, a lot of issues that the world is concerned about, and it's an honor for me to host this platform, to have two influential men of the streets in different realms to talk about the issues that's going on right now, right? So if you don't do nothing else, be sure you follow this clip, you share this clip, you like this clip, and you follow these men on this platform, all right? Of course, I'm RMF, Reggie Moving Forward. That's Reggie Moving Forward on all social platforms. Homie T Mac, man, where can they find you, bro?
Man, right now, my social media is under construction.
For sure.
But right now, Terrence McClurry on Facebook. I got T-Mac4 at the IG. And just keep staying right there. As soon as my website jump, it's gonna be available through those two avenues. You'll be able to know where to reach me. Right now, I'm on Facebook at Terrence McClurry and T-Mac4 on IG.
There it is, man.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Salute, bro. Thank you, man. It's an honor for
you.
me. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then we got Fashion Mogul,
Yes, sir.
Controversial King on TOTV.
Facts.
Mr. Moolah Monster, man. What's up? Where can they find you at, man?
And moolahmonster.com. Y'all go check that out. That website, you know, it's not just, you can just shop and buy. It's an experience.
Mhm.
You can watch some behind the scenes of TOTB podcast. You can see some of the jokes that this guy be saying and his conspiracies with
Right.
women. But yeah, you can see a lot of stuff and go shop and go buy some merch on TOTB podcast, you know. But moolahmonster.com. Check us out.
There it is. Of course, I'm Reggie Moving Forward. Like I said, a lot of people just call me RMF. Reggie Moving Forward on all social platforms. I am on a Nightcap Radio over there at my radio Chicago Support District Network, Tuesday nights from 9 to 11. So yeah, follow me, all right? So look, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hop right into it because we just had a dope event, man, a great pop-up shop. We had a lot of people that pull up, man. We got a lot of people that's checking us out in the audience, man. So let's salute them real quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So look, this is what I want to do. I want to start off real simple because we are in a climate right now that our society needs guidance in a lot of different directions, right?
Mhm.
And you know, to have powerful men, successful men in our, you know, atmosphere, I feel like, especially because T-Mac has a book called, you know, Message to the Streets, you know, apologizing to the youth, especially as we're older, you know, I think I'm the youngest, you know, y'all my OGs, I'm 38. But, you know, just what do you feel, T-Mac, as a message to our youth? You know, do you feel like we deserve to give back and actually get them apology? Or how do you feel the state is right now as far as the youth and the guidance we need to get them?
Well, just to begin, first and foremost, like, with all the money they've been dumping with all the organizations that's inside every city, we're gonna talk about Chicago. So, you know, there's no shortage of organizations, quote unquote, that's being funded in the name of helping the youth, you know? So with the type of funding that's being dumped into combating at-risk youth, violence prevention, you know what I'm saying, et cetera, gun violence, drug, you would think if we had access to the documents of the funding or the receipts of the funding, it'd probably blow our mind on the type of millions or the type of money that has been dumped in the efforts of combating violence. But us on the front line, we can probably all agree that it looked like ain't nothing changed. The same thing keep repeating itself year after year, year after year, year after year after year. So we know the old model is broke. And the funny thing about it is, when you watch the government go into foreign countries and try to go bring peace to foreign war-torn places, it seems like they know exactly what to do. It seems like, you know, they can go all the way to Afghanistan in the middle of the mountains, and they can go, they don't got no problem with going finding the Taliban, the same people that we kicked the whole war off against, sit them down, talk to them like they civilized people. So these are people that was strapping bombs on themselves. They can go sit, our government, our army can go find these people, seek these people out because they're interested in bringing peace in that area, and they can sit them down and they train them. You ain't got no problem sitting down people that just been strapping bombs on themselves, almost barbaric in their behavior, and they can sit down and not only sit them down, but they provide them with money, tanks, ammunition, and trust these people to police the Afghanistan area. See, that's where the joke come in, because we didn't watch them demonstrate the knowledge of, if you want to make a true difference inside the area, you have to go find people amongst the area where the violence is. You see what I'm talking about? That's just common sense. But when you come to the black man, you come to the side of Chicago, the Detroit, the Baltimore, Los Angeles, they got a thing about showing respect to the men like us inside the hood and providing us with the funding, providing us with the respect just to sit down and ask us what do we recommend be done. You know what I'm talking about? So that's the thing right there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we try to base our strategy on what we want to do and what we didn't saw the government do, what we can't do. We can't look at authority. We can't look at the politicians. We can't look at the people that's quote unquote legitimized for no solution. We have to use common basic sense, man. If you trying to go talk to anybody, I'm talking about, you got to first of all address them where they've been hurt at. You feel what I'm saying? The youth is not talking. I just came out of Milwaukee, and we had 2 authors went on before me. I was the 3rd author, and both authors introduced themselves as having books. 2nd author introduced himself as having a book. Before I introduced myself as having a book, I said, man, first of all, yeah, I got a book, but so what? Because I know the youth and I know the young. You ain't trying to hear about no author. You looking at us like we just another person, a talking head coming. How many adults that you think then came before the youth in school talking about they got a solution? I mean, it's becoming redundant.
Yeah.
Talking about the same old thing. So I told the youth like this. I said, man, I don't care, but I wrote a book, but I'm gonna get back to that. Right now, I wanna apologize to y'all.
Okay.
I don't wanna point at y'all for doing nothing. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I'm sorry for contributing in the destructive behavior that left y'all the destructive environment. You see what I'm saying? I'm apologizing. I looked at little sister and I said, sister, I'm apologizing. What? For apologizing for what? Because the way that I treated women, I'm 50, so the 50-year-olds, I treated women and showed the 40-year-olds how to treat women. The 40-year-olds passed what I gave them to the 30-year-old. The 30-year-old passed that same behavior, or more crooked than what I passed in the former generation, and then the 30s passed the 2020 to the teens. So now, when our little sisters come out and try to find a dude to date them, either she can't find him, or she got him and he's something else. You see what I'm saying? He ain't even dateable. He a man, but he not dateable. I'm just trying to give an example of how our behavior has trickled down, and it has resulted in every category to corrupt the environment that our youth are being born into. So my solution is simple, man. I ain't trying to come high tech. My simple thing is, man, I'm sorry for my contribution, in hopes that my apology will earn me their ear. Because you can have the best plan. If ain't nobody listening to it, what good is it? You have to get the youth that you trying to criticize involved in the problem, in the solution.
Yeah.
And I think my own opinion is, I want to come to them sincere, take responsibility for the bad activities, the bad behaviors that I demonstrated, passed on to the other generation, and hopefully I earn their ear. I ain't saying it's a guarantee, because the damage is so bad, you might have to have patience with them. Just because you come out and say you sorry, you might have to say that 1,000 times, 100 times. But we got to put that out there. We got to put, man, I'm sorry for doing what I did to contribute to what you living in existence. I think that's the first step. I think that's a start to try to attempt to get the youth's attention, because if we don't get the youth on board with whatever solution we trying to implement, it's gonna be fruitless. It's gonna be like you just talking to the wind.
You know what's important about that? And once again, y'all know we here, man. Meeting of the Minds, a platform that is very rare, but it's needed in our community. It's important that you said that, and I'm gonna go to Moolah for this too. You know, I talk to a lot of young men throughout the week through a mentorship I do in Inglewood on the south side of Chicago. Right. And a lot of the younger guys are saying that society is blaming us for the way we act, but they should blame our OGs. You see what I'm saying? So when you said that, it kind of made sense why a lot of these young guys are saying, well, these OGs set this tone for us. Right. You know, some young guys say ain't no standard no more, ain't no structure. Right, you don't see what I'm saying? So now the young guys are taking a different toll. Mula, I mean, you're from an older generation as well. Do you see a difference right now as far as how it used to be when you was a young teenager to how it is now to the youth?
Oh yeah. So I want to get to right. So T Max is apologizing to the youth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all should do that. That's cool. That's what we doing. At the same time, I want the youth to stop playing the victim role.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because after we apologize, we need you to do work. You understand?
No
we
question.
need you guys to get on board. You know what I'm saying? I'm not into the excuses and we got a lot of things to do and we got a lot of things to conquer. And when you hold yourself back, you holding a lot of things that you got coming forward towards you. You know what I'm saying? I remember somebody told me that a gem is a gem, but sometimes a gem is not a diamond, right? These kids, these youth, they diamonds, right? Because they got their whole life ahead of them, right? I just told my son this, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, Joe, get what you got to come in. You only get one life, right? So start doing what you want to do. I say, I love to be 19 again. You're 19.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the things about it is, I just want us to stop doing the victim thing. We always blame things. I don't have a daddy. My mama ain't there. Or I ain't the smartest. Or listen, man, you can do anything you want to do if you put your mind to it. But first, you got to pull back from blaming it on everybody and everything. Let that go. Once you let that go, everything else will fall in place. Keep your dreams up. One thing about the youth is, like, right now, if you really look at it, it's not a lot of people enlisting in armies, not a lot of people going to college no more. These young kids are entrepreneurs. They making stuff out these internets and all, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They doing things. So, this is one of the reasons why the immigrants is coming this way, because they need people to work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These youngins ain't working. It ain't no mortgage getting moved around. Like, America is built off people having mortgages. You understand? These kids ain't buying houses. They not going to college, they're not listening to armies. And that's why we got these drones now. Instead of we having people, you know what I'm saying? We got drones now to just go lay things down. You know what I'm saying? So I just want, and I'm for it. If y'all smart like that and y'all can take advantage of this technology, I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't make excuses for yourself when you can't do nothing. Listen, I know your dad wasn't there, and a lot of people's dad wasn't there. I know your mom ain't got time because she a single mom, but don't make excuses for yourself. Go hard in the paint. Do your thing. And that's what we got to prove. We can apologize at the same time, but we can't keep, you know what I'm saying, marching. You know what I'm saying? We got to start doing the work sometimes. And that's the correlation that we got to move together.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we collaborate. You know what I'm saying? We tell them we sorry. At the same time, let's go to work. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I think about that as far as, once again, I see y'all know the vibes, man. Where else you going to find this type of knowledge and connect with the streets right here, It's important that you say that because both of you brothers are very influential in your own communities and everything like that. So I'm soaking up knowledge just being around you guys. So I want to, thank you for that. But, I realized from a lot of the people that, first of all, in our society, 73% of young boys are raised by a single mom. Just think about that. 73% of young boys are raised by a single mom, right? So the father's not in the household, and I don't even think they even know their father like that. A lot of times the guys aren't even present in their kids' lives. So what do you think, Mullah, is the effects of a young guy, a young teenager, a young boy being raised by a single? I was raised by a single mom.
Yeah.
Got my mom, God rest her soul. She raised me. I didn't know my father at all. But my mom raised me to be respectful, be courteous, be a nice guy. You know. So, what do you think the side effects are from being a young man being raised by a single mom in this culture? You know, I'm an 80s baby, so my
Right.
culture is a little, you know what I'm saying? But in this society, what do you think the society effects are?
So I want to shout out all the single mothers too.
For sure. We'll do a
Let's
hand
do
clap
that
to that real
first.
quick.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, they deserve, you know, applause and much more. But it is side effects that comes from a young man being raised by a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the mom won't look at it because she raised her young boy to be a stand-up gentleman. And that's probably what he did, you know what I'm saying, became. But at the same time, he's dealing with things that you wouldn't even fathom. And one of the things that he deal with, you know, by a single mother raising a son is selfishness. He becomes selfishness, you know. He becomes selfish in his own worth because he used his mom giving him things and always being there, giving him his plate and all that, you know. And he might fall the effect of a woman always taking care of him because he used to his mama taking care of him. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that he might fall upon. You know, I'm not saying it's 100%, but I'm just saying these are side effects by having that loving mom and not that dad around who gonna bring strength and, you know, direct contact. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Structure.
Yeah, you know, so like what I do, you know, I know my son is at home with his mom. So when I, you know, I see him every weekend. You know, I try my best not to miss a weekend. I bring him with me any events I'm doing because I'm trying to show him that structure, trying to show him that strength, trying to show him that, you know, what you see in at home, it's not how it always going to be.
Okay.
It got to show you some male, you know, personality. Got to show you how we move. You see what I'm saying? And when a son don't get that, it's kind of I'm gonna say hurtful for him in the long run because the woman's gonna pay for it that he date. She's gonna have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? And it might not be something that she can deal with. It might be something that she can deal with. But I seen it. I seen these young men cry. Like if to me, a man, it's okay to cry, but what I'm saying is I seen men cry in front of other men and women, and that's not, you know what I'm saying, strength, you know. So and that comes from, you know, being raised by a single mom because we know the first thing a man gonna do is suck that up. We don't do that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think there's a few side effects that come to it, but like I said before, I'm proud of the women who you know took their kids and their young men and made them young, powerful men. You know, because we all have to deal with something in our lifetime, right? Even if you have been having a father around, we have to deal with something. You know, so
I think that, you know, I'm gonna ask T-Mac about this as well. I think that as one of the more important things to highlight and recognize is that, you know, we talk about masculinity and femininity all the time, you know, especially on TOTB about how that goes. But a lot of women are forced into a masculine role to be a provider, to be a protector because the man isn't there. You know, a lot of women want to live in a soft girl era, right? So they don't want to have the responsibilities of worrying about the mortgage being paid or the garbage being taken out or, the, you know, stuff like that, right? But so because of a lot of women that's taking care of households by themselves, raising young men by themselves, the father's the way around, that causes a lot of, for the young man, it causes a lot of misdirection because the norm is that a woman can't teach a young man how to be a man, right?
Right.
The views and opinions of the world is that only a man can teach a man how to be a man. And we see how women, you know, some women are different. They have a lot of different men coming in and out their apartment. And the young man, the young boy is seeing different men coming in, you know, the house. So, Mac, what do you feel the effects of being raised by a single mom is for young men out here?
I think the biggest problem is when you lack a man. I come from my mother, single mother.
For sure.
So I think personally, without a man in the house, so you go out in the street searching, trying to compensate. You trying to find a man in many men. You know what I'm saying? And in the world, unfortunately, you got more people out there trying to exploit you. You know what I'm saying? We living in an era where if you going out in the street trying to find some type of role model to model yourself behind, you ain't finna do nothing but get used and abused.
Man.
You know, you might survive. You don't know. You out there trying to, it might be your friend uncle or the next door neighbor or the big homie. You trying to accomplish. You naturally, I mean, every male gonna go different ways. If you got it in you to be aggressive, you're gonna be outside looking for somebody to model yourself around. Who to be like, Like you, that's just a natural inclination. If he ain't in the house, you stepping outside, you looking, trying to find some model to line yourself up behind. And in the environment that we unfortunately find ourselves in, that's the most dangerous thing you could do. When you got a bunch of slick talking willies out there trying to find somebody to go do their dirty work, you know what I'm saying? And they take you a prison sentence, you know what I'm saying? Being harmed, being shot, being murdered, trying to just figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people don't get a chance to get advice from a person they realize that person was the right person. It's too late before they realize. So I say that's one of the big things is you trying to compensate. And I think the second thing is, think about back in slavery. When the mother saw what the slave master was doing to the men, she unconsciously put that fear in her child. Out of fear for what she saw the slave master doing for a man, she put fear into the child, not because she loved them. She saw what was being happening. She saw what they was doing to the men, how they was tying the men to horses and whipping them for anything or castrating them. You know what I'm saying? So she naturally put a fear, not because she was trying to make them soft, but she understood. She couldn't probably articulate the mindset of the slave master. She just knew, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Putting that fear inside the child. And now the fear, since you got it in you, now you don't know what to fear. You just scared of everything because you don't know what legitimately deserves fear or caution, or it's just fear your mom put in you because she didn't saw men ripped to pieces, men murdered, men hung. So she gonna naturally put the fear in the baby, the fear in the baby at a young age. So now he, as an adult, he's scared to take a natural risk, a healthy risk. You got to try something. You got to try something, but that fear, because the mama don't want nothing to happen to the baby, it contaminates everything that the baby trying to do. The baby don't know what not to fear. It just know fear everything. Yes, you see men now just scared of everything. Like, man, you just scared to death. I mean, what type you scared of this? You scared of that? You scared of this? You scared of that? That fear that can be put at you as a child out of love. She's seeing lock everybody up. So she, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. She see the police shooting them. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. She see them get hit by a straight bullet. Don't walk down here, don't do this. That's all byproducts of fear that you putting into the child. And as a grown man, he can't go out and even go try to find him a compatible woman because he's scared of it being rejected. He can't go try to find a venture. He's scared of being, right? Go ahead.
Got a question for you. So you say you was raised by a single mom, right?
Yes, sir.
By not having that dad, what you think you was lacking of when you just got in tune with a woman? What you think you was lacking from not having a dad? You know
just basic securities. Just basic security that a man can arm you with. Just rejection. You know what I'm saying? Understanding that rejection is a part of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When rejected by one, a man can tell you, man, that's just natural. That ain't nothing. That's a part of success. Falling down is a part of success. Matter of fact, the people who succeed fall down the most. Because in falling down, you edit your behavior, you edit your thinking. Fall down again, you edit your behavior, you edit your thinking. So that's a part of life. Imagine a man was in our life telling us that ain't nothing wrong with falling down. Matter of fact, try to fall down more than the next man, because the more times you fall down, you probably gonna end up being the most successful, because in the falling is the lesson.
And the risk you took.
You see what I'm talking about? Being applauded for taking the risk instead of being scared of everything. You feel what I'm talking about? So it's just, that's what it was. Just, that, you know what I'm saying? Just a healthy understanding about just the natural path to life. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, man, everybody, I tell my little nephew, this is one of the things I say now looking back. I be like, man, think about it, man. Because I see people put so much emphasis on the relationships that they be having at a young age, to the fact that you see suicide is at an all-time high.
So
kids are killing themselves because their peers are rejecting them. They putting so much stock in a relationship in their high school relationships, not even high school, they internet relationships.
Yeah.
They didn't befriend somebody on the internet, and because they're being rejected with this internet friend, they can't take it. But imagine being told that, man, listen, man, first of all, ain't no relation. I tell them at 50 years old, the relationships, very few relationships I had when I was 15 survived into adulthood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was telling my daughters like that when she was dating. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I hope your relationship is healthy. I mean, it's a success, but just like the chances of a man making it to the NBA that's in basketball is slim. Out of all the people that try to be a professional athlete, very few make it to the NFL, the NBA. Well, it's the same thing when you young. Out of all the people you dating when you 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way up to 25. I mean, them relationships gonna make it to adulthood.
Yeah.
So you really got to relax a little bit and be like, okay, just don't put, they being taught not to put too much stock, you see what I'm saying, in the relationships when they're younger.
You know what I kind of like? You know, my pops died early when he was around 50 years old. And he wasn't around when I was in the house, but he was always on location. You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of them guys be like, oh, my dad wasn't there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My dad was there. Every summer we was going, you know what I'm saying, down south to visit his people. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know what I'm saying, running up under that story, right? But one thing I feel like the lack of that, you know, since I was a kid when he passed, I feel like in relationships, I kind of maybe lack that intimate, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, making a whole with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, who you gonna learn that from? You know what I'm saying?
You don't have an example.
Like, your mom could date a lot of people. It don't matter. That man don't mean nothing to you. But if your pops in the house, you seeing them walk to the washroom, you know what I'm saying? Like that means a lot. And as a young kid, you'll grow older and you'll be like, that's what I want.
Ooh, so look, hold that thought. I want everybody to hold that image right there.
Right.
Meeting other minds, T-Mac, Moolah Monster, RMF. It's important that you bring that point up, right? Because we was talking a little bit off air to some of the lovely people in the audience, right? When you are viewing, you know, and I deal with this a lot because, like I said, I talked to, you know, the posts of the community that I live in, and I also grew up in Inglewood, right? And a lot of guys, young guys I noticed, are saying some of the similar things that a lot of guys my age, that's 38, are saying as far as relationships with women, right? And the number one thing that they're saying is that we can't be vulnerable around our woman. You know, even Shaq did a podcast saying that men can't be vulnerable and bare and naked to their woman because a woman is always going to expose that. They're going to throw it against them, right? And when he said that, I was like, you know what? There needs to be a platform where men can honestly say, yo, I want to tell my woman I'm dealing with XYZ, and her not look at me like weak or less of a leader, less of a man, less of a father, less of a provider, you know? So, Mac, do you feel there is a safe space to be vulnerable around your woman to tell her anything without eventually her throwing it back in your face?
And my focus really won't be on a woman, honestly. I mean, I think a lot of this stuff got to do with the individual, man, because we ain't gonna take no one brush and paint nobody. I ain't gonna say all white people nothing, all black people nothing, all women nothing, all women. I'm talking about individuals, every individual. I think having the confidence, first of all, having the ability to communicate. You know what I'm saying? Because communicate is a two-way street.
Yeah.
You talk, you communicate, you listen, you respond to what's being communicated, you communicate back to what's being responded to. I think when you learn how to communicate, then when you courting a female, see now it's all about courting now. See, that's what courting is, a communicating process. It's a process that you communicate before you get intimate. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Most of our problems happen because we bypass the communication, go dead to sex, go back dead to living with each other. If you could have just sat down and communicated intelligently, you could have discovered through communication
What you need to know.
if this individual was compatible or compatible to you, or possessing qualities that you felt that was compatible to you. Communication. So now that's where it started. You communicating with a person, got a person in front of you that you done communicated what you want in life, what your ideal of a mate is, of a relationship, what your goals for a relationship. You communicating. Once you communicate with anybody, now after communicating, now you create, do the communication, create the space. Just like this room. We in this room, I'm feeling safe in this room because people in here I didn't communicate with prior. So it's certain things I will open up about. And if I continue to communicate, I'll continue to open up. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna just relegate that do I feel a safe space with a woman? Because it's dudes, family members, my children. I just got back after doing 24 years. I haven't even developed a safe space for my children. Why? Because they lacking the communication. They refuse to communicate with me. I'm not just gonna lay down and be safe in a space with no human being that's not communicating to me where they at, where they stand on certain issues. And if I'm asking my son, my daughter, man, let's talk, let's walk, let's kick it, let's communicate. The communication, see what I'm saying? If you avoiding communication, see, that's a red flag right there.
Okay.
Because you trying to hide, because then through the communication, I'm going to discover certain things. And a lot of people don't want to reveal certain things, so they would avoid communication.
Yeah.
So therefore, you want to avoid communication? Okay, you can do that, but not with me. Holla. You see what I'm saying? When I find somebody that communicate and make me safe, then I feel safe. Then I do things that a safe environment make me do.
You know what I do? Like to your question, right? Like with when women feel like a man is weak or showing weakness, you know, to me, it's like a woman, if that's your partner, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a woman should be appreciative, right? I said this before. If my woman tell me, baby, we had a good week, you know what I'm saying? You brought in that big bag. You took care of the kids and we went, you know what I'm saying, and got all the good food, you know what I'm saying, nice steak, whatever. That's gonna make me wanna go get a bigger bag to bring in the next week.
Make me feel I'm appreciated.
Because the women gotta understand, you only thing I do is boost that man. We call it throwing cables back in the day. Put them cables on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm jumping cables on them. Boost his morale. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tell him, baby, I like that. What you just did. Oh, baby, you look good. Like, because that was gonna make us even do it more for you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not appreciative, we're not gonna do nothing for you. We're not gonna really try. You know what I'm saying? Go that extra mile for you. And that's really what I think that's what's missing in today's women.
Because a lot of them feel like you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we supposed to provide and protect, what do you have to do?
I saw some faces that was like, okay.
You know, but I'm just saying, you know, and being appreciative is priceless, right? It don't come with nothing, right?
Right.
It's just words.
Right.
And that's all men need. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, I feel like a woman can be like, you know, she can have everything going for herself. Nice home, nice car, kids in college, whatever. But her personality stinks. You know what I'm saying? And that'll stop her from, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
From having what she really wants. She's not appreciative. She's been used to people just giving. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day and age where it's real men who know their worth and they want that. It's real men out here that look forward to finding women who do that, because there are women who do that. You know what I'm saying? And we just need more of our women doing that, our black women doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that'll make us whole. And that'll make your man want to go get more. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Because
it didn't did it for me. Like, I'm gonna go get it. Long as she, like, you know, and you know what? if I look good, she gonna look good, right?
Yeah.
So we both, you know what I'm saying, get it all.
So
So
she gotta make it be known that she appreciates. Just like if you on a job, if you working hard in your job, you want your boss to be like, "Hey man, I think you're doing a good job."
I hope he would, right?
What you got, Mac?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, as you talking, right, and I'm tripping on how, because I just did 24 years. And one thing 24 years give you access to is a lot of people.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can do a case study better in prison than you can do in the world, because you have to get somebody in the room. In prison, I got access to hundreds of people.
Mm.
And another thing, being a father, having 3 daughters, changed my whole perspective. Because now, as a father, when I hear dudes, and I talk to a lot of young dudes, I'm always trying to be the devil advocate, because now I'm thinking about somebody my daughter might be trying to date. So now I take a different position, and that's why I really ain't on the women thing all the time. I used to tell a dude like this, you want a bad bro. I hear you talking about you want your bad bro. But you think she gonna be smart enough to get herself in a position where she call herself bad, where you call her bad, but she ain't gonna be sharp enough to see through you. So in order to you gotta qualify for a bad bro. You see what I'm talking about? You keep talking about you want you a bad beat. You want this, I want this, I want this. I said, but you a clown.
Yeah.
You trying to tell how you gonna bump a bad bro?
Right.
And you ain't got your GED. You ain't on nothing. So I always take that stance now, be having 3 girls, and I always like, man, these dudes talking about I'm thinking about candidates that's gonna try to get my daughter. I'm like, so every time they talking, I'm shooting like, well, man, what you mean? You think, how you gonna do that?
Yeah.
I mean, you got what you doing? I watch you every day. You barely know how to read.
Yeah.
You understand? What you gonna tell her a bunch of sports statistics?
That's right.
Oh, a bunch you gonna spit rap lyrics to her?
And listen, and even if you a 10, you shouldn't even want a 10.
That's what I'm saying. So you see what I'm saying now? So I ain't. So we just talking about the space, like they in our space, a woman doing for us. I switch it now because it ain't about a man or a woman. Man, my new book finna come out, 21 Codes of the Street. My 16 code is this. Disloyalty anywhere is a threat to loyalty everywhere. I'm gonna tell you where I got that code from. When I was coming up, man, I never thought that the loyalty that I gave to my guys, I never thought I was supposed to get that to a woman. I just thought when I think of loyalty, I never included a woman in the equation like I thought about my guys. You understand what I'm saying? That's what God worked with me. He developed me to the point where when I think of loyalty now, if I see any disloyalty in you, including your woman, if I see you acting disloyal to your woman in front of me, I'll be a fool to think that I'm exempt from that disloyalty.
And that's lack of father.
Exactly. But you see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I'm taking above a man and a woman. I'm taking it to a principle now. Is you loyal or you disloyal?
Because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, the people who are going to remember you when you're gone is your family. Listen, these guys going to give you a RIP. They're going to put you on Facebook, and they're going to be done. The people who are going to remember you is your family. They're going to keep putting you up to the people who love you, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, now I knew a long time ago about that. You know, you can't put loyalty in your friends, right? You know what I'm saying? Because, listen, I would rather have an enemy to come closer to me than a closer friend. Because the enemy, he's going to show you that he's going to try to prove to you that he's not no enemy no more. I'm a friend now. You know what I'm saying? I will go into business with an enemy because that's what he's going to try to do. He's going to try to prove to me that he's more than just what I thought of him. You understand?
Exactly.
Because friends sometimes be entitled.
Entitled, feel they got it already.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I understand that, and that's a key point too, T. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to understand, and the young kids too, this for the youth. Don't be trying to impress these young guys. Right. Don't worry about your homies and what they think about you. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. Look out for your family. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important because your family gonna always be there. Your family gonna lift you up. They don't care if you rich or you poor. They gonna love you regardless, unconditional. Mm-hmm. And that's what we lack. Right. When we was growing up, man, we was like, you know what I'm saying? It's my niggas are nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying? Putting them.
And listen, we should have learned from jail. We ain't get up. Like, we should have learned from jail, but we We put our niggas over our women.
Exactly.
How dare us?
But bring that home though. This is my point. This how I wrap that up. We sitting here talking about what a woman supposed to do in X amount of space, but the average person that's complaining about a woman should do, they don't even qualify to even earn that type of loyalty.
No.
That's what I'm trying to get us to see.
Yeah.
The average person that's talking about how they should treat us and how we supposed to be treated. Yeah, hold on, pump your brakes, Jim Shoe.
Yeah.
You don't even qualify
Facts.
to be one of the men to be loyal to. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big problem. Individual, raise your standard up where you qualify for a woman to be that which we demanded.
Yeah.
Most of us ain't.
Yeah.
That's just being real. I see my guy, I just got home. I got so many married homies. And I'm like, duh, you still playing while you married? I mean, on some real time, I'm just like, I can't believe that
you made it here.
I'm like, we just did a bit. Why? I ain't got to fake with no. I just did 24 years. I'm 9 months out. I ain't got to lie to nobody.
No.
So when I get home and see my homies like got married, I'm so happy that somebody did it. But when I get around them and start realizing that they still doing the same old stuff, I got to call them on that. Because I didn't grew to understand that, man, if you would be disloyal to the woman that's cooking for you, sleeping with you, taking care of you, I ain't got a chance. I'm just gonna be real with you. Why would I even attempt to trust a person that's disrespecting the one he called his wife in front of me? I'll be a fool to think I got access to loyalty from him and he ain't showing it to his own wife.
I'm seeing a lot of looks up in this room, man. It's it's a lot of looks. Look, man, we are in here. Meeting of the minds. Y'all know how we doing it, man. Where else you gonna find a platform like this? I agree with both of you brothers, man. I feel like there's a lot of knowledge being made, you know, and I do feel like there is legs to be standing on both ways.
Right.
But y'all know I got to bring up this situation.
Go.
Man. I got to talk. Y'all said we could talk about whatever, right? We said we could talk about whatever,
Do
right?
your thing.
Okay. So we talk about also, man, be sure you follow TOTB, man, TOTB_show. We talk about it all the time. There is a situation I just want to address since I got all these knowledgeable men up here. You know, we're going to keep it a buck, right?
Go ahead.
All right. If a man isn't faithful to a loyal woman, does that mean that he don't love her? If a man is unfaithful to a loyal woman, cooks, cleans, is faithful to him, if he's not faithful with her, he sleeps with someone else, does that mean that he don't love that woman? I'll save my opinion. Let's go with Moolah.
I won't say he won't love her.
Okay.
You know, a man, will put his thing in anything almost. I'm just keeping it 100. Like, depending on who you got, you better know who you got. You know what I'm saying? But you should be worrying about if she's sleeping with a nigga, because that's where the love come in at. That's where the liking, because we just stabbing. We don't know nothing. We smashing. We don't know nothing about her too much.
Okay.
She was digging me. You know what I'm saying? I still love my woman at home. I'm really trying to get there.
Yeah.
You understand? So like, and that's the whole thing. Like, I be wanting women to understand that too. Like, yeah, it's bad for a man to cheat, but it's worse for you to leave him for cheating.
Oof.
It's worse.
Look at Bill.
Because if he did everything,
hot in here now.
if he did everything that you know what I'm saying, wanted him to do, but cheating was his only thing that messed him up.
Everything else good.
Everything else good.
Okay.
You work with him.
Oof.
You work with that man.
All right.
And you don't match energy because dirt and dirt don't wash each other.
Come on now, Moolah. What you talking about in here, man?
It don't wash it. You can't get nothing clean out of dirt and dirt. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I feel like, you work with that man. and listen, when the woman cheat, and listen, when the woman cheat, I hope the man leave her. See, because this is a difference.
I get it.
You understand? It's a difference because
Think about it.
she trying to make a backup plan. You just and having your time of your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's how I roll with it because, you know, and if you really understanding how the game goes, once you forgive a woman for cheating, right? She got you.
So what?
She got you. She got you.
Okay. Well,
But when a woman forgive a man for cheating, he really understand that he effed up.
messed up. Yeah.
He gonna treat her like a straight diamond.
Because he don't want to. Yeah.
Because he was this close on losing.
That makes a lot of sense to me. That makes a lot of sense to
keeping
me.
it 100.
Mac, what you got? What you think, man?
Man, listen, man. You gotta be real, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. It's like this. I don't love. It's about respect. The two people I told them. Let me tell you what I told myself.
Yeah.
I'm home after 24 years. I don't have to lie to know anybody. If I'm with somebody and if somebody I'm interested in somebody else, if I don't got enough respect, I feel you don't. I'm scared. I ain't fearing you, and I'm respecting you. I think that's the most highest thing you can give a person. Is respect. You see what I'm saying? So if you see somebody you interested in, you got a relationship. Before I lie, before I mess my face up. In prison, we got paperwork. We do got a paperwork thing. We call it a paperwork game. You get them your license. You walk around your paperwork clean. We're in a relationship with anybody, whether it's one of your guy or your female. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
I can be in a relationship with my guy. You know what I'm saying? And we dogs and we keep it a buck with each other. Once you find me lying to you, what that do to our relationship?
Facts.
It's no more relationship. So it's the same rule apply to any human being that you call yourself in a relationship for. If I'm in a relationship with you and we establish that we got a relationship, we got our terms. We have agreed upon the terms which we call ourselves in a relationship. If I wish to violate them terms, the respect poser send me to you. And if I want to experience something that bad,
Okay.
I'm going to ask permission.
Ask first. Okay.
And if I want it that bad,
Ask permission.
I'll be like, you know what? I ain't even in this no more. I want
said
that
ask
bad.
permission.
I
That's
want
what he
this
said.
extra thing more than I want this relationship with you. Because I told you, gave you my word that we was going to operate on these terms. Before I break my word that we going to operate on these terms, my word, I care about my word. Before I have my word diminished, I'm going to be like, man, listen, I like this over here. I'm trying to see that. You mind that? What's up? I'm trying to see that. I ain't trying to do that. Man, I'm trying to see that. I'm really trying to see him ask you again. All right, well, bet. Since I'm so interested in that, man, we need to, let's call it a brace for a minute, or let's call it a brace, and I'm just going to try this for a minute and say I'm just going to do this, because before I be belittled, have my reputation be little, have my face and my word be little, I'm going to just be real, keep it a buck. That's keeping it a buck. That's keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about the love thing and none of that. I'm just talking about respect thing. And that's how I feel I want to operate.
There was a question asked, can she do that to you though?
She would have to, because if she thinking about another dude, if you lead a dude for anything that I can't provide, let him give you everything. If it's anything another man, you need another man for. Let him give you everything then. I can't do nothing with you then. Because I ain't gonna be running through your phone, beating you up, stalking you. I gotta live. If you find out I can't satisfy you in any way, and you think I need some help in any way, let him give it all to you. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah, I know how true that is. Okay,
Let's keep it a buck.
This is what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna keep it a buck like that.
This is what I'm gonna do. Okay, we about to sign off in a minute, but let's get a question going on here from one of our audience members, man. What you got, sweetheart?
Okay, so just as you just said, T-Mac, you will be honest with this woman and say, hey, it's something over there I'm interested in. You're gonna go back. I'll be back. Baby, I'll be right back.
No, I'm asking, is it cool before I do it, because I don't want to.
With the intention of going back to your woman, though, right?
I mean, if she allowed me to, because I don't want.
She said, "I'll grant you this pass." She give you a pass.
Man, then I ain't violated nothing we had.
Okay, and you're gonna go back. Are you going back or no?
I mean, if I want to just
or
go,
you feel like you want to step out.
If I want to just experience that or do whatever she, right, go back. Exactly,
hey, you know
exactly. You're right.
See something I like.
Exactly.
Is that you dismissing yourself from the relationship to just go get this itch scratched?
Based on how she perceive it. She say, I'm cool with her. No.
So she say, T-Mac, I'm gonna give you your pass to go and do that. while you taking that pass, I'm gonna grab my pass too and go this way.
See what I'm saying?
Don't come back.
It got to be back and forth. It have to be.
So, but you just said she'll be a throwaway.
No.
Outside.
I didn't say that.
You said he can have all of it.
No, I said if she finds something that I can't provide her with, and she want to go find it in another person, I'm gonna be like, go get everything from him.
So if I want my itch scratched over here, but I'm coming back to you, you went and got your itch.
No. I'm asking.
Oh, I'm asking you.
Yeah,
I give you your pass.
Right, I'm right. If she might not grant it to me though. It ain't no guarantee though.
She does.
Okay, and I'm gonna take it then, but it won't be no violation.
And she can take hers while you take.
It would have to be. Ain't no way I would be able to do that without.
Come back.
If I operated on them terms, I would have to. It wouldn't even make sense.
She could come back.
Yeah, it would have to be. If I think I was gonna come back, she would have to be allowed to come back.
Okay,
And that what
You
Bill
feel
was
what I'm saying?
That's tough.
Yeah, I would have to be.
And-
If we gonna operate like that.
Sound like open relationship.
Exactly.
Basically.
And that's to be the type of relationship we got.
permission. Be
Exactly.
respectful.
And it's all about respect. You know what I'm saying? It's all about respect. Ain't nothing, she ain't in the dog. Don't nobody want to feel like they no fool. You see what I'm saying? It's respect.
All lines are clear.
Exactly.
It's respect.
Exactly. She ain't nothing coming behind her back. Ain't nobody behind her back doing nothing. Because we done already discussed this. You know, that's respect. Yeah, communication. It's respect. And if I'm asking that from her, I'll be a fool to not be able to hear from her. I open that door now. I open that door.
Woo, okay.
So you got to be responsible and accountable. You want to open it. You want to start that? Okay, now she want to kick her thing. It might not be back to back. She might be find her is stretched down the road. You know, I remember that one thing I did in 2002. Yeah, I'm trying to go. Same thing you did. I'm just trying to, I double
But it
it.
sounds like a man won't.
I'm not in it for that.
See what I'm saying?
I'm not in it
See,
for that.
that's why they can't open that
It sounds
door.
like you gonna say, well then no, if you want him for that, go and let him do it all.
But if she say,
gone.
but she can say the same thing though. If I ask them like, man, you think you going to get on about it? I don't want to be around
It
you.
sounds like you would come back to her and say, well, I asked you and you said yes.
Right.
Now if you ask me, I'm gonna say no and I'm gone if that's what you want to do. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, me personally, it would have to be mutual for it to be respectful. If we agreed to a term that we going, however we going, and if it came to me first, and I wanted to get my itch scratched first, if I open that door, now I didn't open that door. That's just like you start smoking in the house. Now everybody's smoking in the house. You know what I'm saying? You start wearing your shoes in the house. Everybody wearing shoes in the house. You ain't got no authority no more.
So he not even worried about you saying that you want your stuff. It's because he already
I
opened the
done
door.
opened the
for
door.
it.
It's
so
in
he
the house
already
now.
know you gonna even say that.
See,
he
that's
already
it.
know you
See?
gonna say that.
It's just when he said that if she does that,
No.
then hey, you gonna let him do everything for you.
No,
So
I'm-
it sounds
I
like
get
No, I was just saying if
was
that's something I
using an
wanted to do,
example,
that's
yeah.
what I would do. But now we discussing that when the door open,
It's open.
it's open now. That's why that ain't no path you want to travel down.
Yeah, I think
You know what I'm
that
saying?
is-
Because when it's up there, now it's up
I
there.
think that
I
is.
think that they should do that because if you're gonna go out there and cheat on
Right.
a woman, now the loyalty, the respect
Ex-
is out the window.
Yeah, and
That's
that's-
that's
trust is out the
it's
window.
gone. Just like I said, even whether your homies or your girl, there it is.
And I think
There
that,
it is.
and that's why I think that is.
See?
I think that is dangerous just to play that game anyway.
See,
It's
that's
just
why I
too
want.
dangerous.
See, now that's what
Yeah,
I like
it's
to
just too
come out.
dangerous to
Let's
catch
just
you
get off
anyway.
that subject
Yeah,
because
'cause-
if y'all want to go down that road.
Yeah, it's caused too much confusion.
It's really
Yeah,
destruction.
yeah,
It ain't nothing. That's nothing. We
We-
might
we-
well stop dealing.
We too grown for all
You know
that
what I'm
stuff,
saying?
So, yeah. All right, so look, this is what we're gonna do, man. Meeting of the minds. Oh my God, man. Let's give a hand clap for these two brothers up in here, man. One more time. Moolah, man, where can they find you, bro?
MoolahMonster.com. But I want to say something too, right? We want to shout out, you know what I'm saying, Hot Boy Turk, you know what I'm saying, Cash Money, you know what I'm saying. So he doing his thing, and you know what I'm saying, we, you know what I'm saying, collaborating with him, you know what I'm saying, tell him about, you know what I'm saying, what he doing with the book.
For sure.
Okay, the auto thugography of Turk, man. That's one of after you was my first brother that reached for me. Hey, this is my man Moolah, man. This man we
sir.
from the block, and
Yes, sir.
when I was in the penitentiary, having a vision of bringing my message through my pain, is one of the first brothers with this whole team. You know what I'm saying? The whole team just going on, just giving y'all flowers while we record.
appreciate
He was the
that.
first brothers that even just entertained listening to me from in jail and making a platform that they was working on so I can get my voice out. So this is just a continuation of what I've been doing 10
appreciate
years. We've been
that,
doing
bro.
this for 10 years. This ain't nothing, we just pop up out the blue doing
right.
this. This is a relationship we done established over years, man. You know what I'm saying? And next to my man, Hot Boy Turk was the next first brother that you probably think maybe been in a celebrity realm that opened the door for me to ghostwrite. You know what I'm saying? And I was at my 12th year in my bid. and me just collaborating with the brother and having an opportunity to ghostwrite his book, ghostwrite his movie.
Yeah.
That energy that I got with that brother, with that project, it gave me another boost of energy that I rode all the way till I was released, man. You see what I'm saying?
And he shouted you out on YouTube.
Hey,
you know
man,
what I'm saying?
Turk
About
the
book.
truth, man. Young Tan, he like 10 years younger than me. So when I meet
Yeah.
a younger brother like yourself
Yeah.
with wisdom, I always salute the younger brothers that's younger than me, but just exuding the type of intelligence and wisdoms that I can be inspired by, man. I love that. And Turk, being from another area, Louisiana, being like 10 years younger than me, man,
Yes,
being
sir.
a dude that's been a rapper, been up in the rap industry so long, the discipline, the focus that the young brother had, man, it was just, I salute him, man. And that autograph of Turk, man, we finna get in the lab again. We done printed the book. We trying to shop the movie to get the movie did.
Yes,
But
sir.
Hot Boy, Turk Boy, we finna turn up, man. I got to get that man an official shout out right here, man. He doing a great job as a man. Hell with being a rapper.
That's right.
Got a guy, went home, got him a wife, man. They increased their family. Had 2-3 more kids. They had the twins. They have another. They had the twins. I think they had another one. I know they had the twins. But man, him and his wife, Erica, they going strong, man. I salute both of them, man. That's a real true story.
Salute,
I'm proud to be writing that movie. That movie, for real, everything we talk about, love and loyalty, man. The Hot Boy Turk story, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's a story. I ain't just talking because I wrote it. The man got a story,
Yeah,
man. And
yeah.
y'all about to see that story hit the big screen. The autobiography of Turk and his movie Reckless is coming real soon, man. Joe Turk, let's get busy.
Shout out
boy.
Hot Boy Turk, man.
Yep.
Raise up.
Ain't no question.
Yes, sir. And you doing a lot of stuff, man. One more time, what can they find you at?
Right now on social media, Facebook, Terrence McClure. I'm TMac4 on IG. And just stay tuned. I got my social media everything's under construction right now. Matter of fact, I got the link, so it's about to be ready. Give it take another week and a half, 2 weeks, just getting some graphics in order. But I have my website. I announce it on all my social media platforms. Where I'm gonna have all the footage like this, speeches, pictures of events, merchandise, books, everything we got gonna be on the website, man. So you can get me on Facebook, check me out, Terrence McClure, and TMac4 on IG.
There it is. Mac, my pleasure, bro.
Man, likewise,
Appreciate you,
brother.
my
You know,
man.
we know what we do when we come together.
Moolah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, my brother, man.
Yes, sir.
RMF, Reggie moving forward on all social platforms, man. You can find me with these brothers here on TOTB, Thinking Outside the Box podcast, or the Nightcap Radio on Tuesday nights at Support District Network. Look, man, we will see y'all very soon, man. Y'all stay tuned, all right? We're going to see y'all next time.
You know it.
Episode 1, fellas.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Meeting of the minds. Meeting of the minds. Meeting of the minds. Meeting of the minds. Meeting of the minds.